Okay, who wants to start?
Your reaction to George Fant's injury?
It's a shame. It's football, but it's part of the game, but it's the bad part of the game. And he done a lot, and he made himself better, got himself physically ready to play, mentally grew up, started to become a football player, as you all saw, and then this happened. So it's a setback, and he'll get fixed, and he'll come back better than he was before. I think this will add to his overall perspective. But it's life, man, in this game. You don't want it, and it hurts when it happens because obviously we think we're building something, and then to lose a piece like that. But that's why we got depth and why we got who we got.
What are the options now for you?
Well, I think there's a couple of them. You've got Reese, who will go out there on Friday. You've got kid we just traded for, Matt Tobin. You've got Luke Jokel. So I think the fact that we have three options, my wish, my want, is to try and keep as much of it intact as possible. And so if anyone's saying, well, why don't they just move Jokel out there? Well, remember last year, if you just go back, 12 months, I think there was too much of that. Nothing we could really handle then, just had to be that way. But this year we have choices, and we have the opportunity to keep as much of it intact as we can, and we'll do that going forward.
What do you know about Tobin as a tackle?
I've studied him quite a bit, his background coming out of Iowa with Kirk Ferentz and Brian Ferentz, his line coach. There's some really good stuff there. Kid who walked on and earned it and has earned everything. So, he's got work ethic. He's probably pretty tough, fairly smart, reliable, all the things that we look for. What has he done on film? Been consistent. He's been in the league a while. When he's been asked, called on to go play, he's done a nice job.
What does Reese have to do to get that job? What does he have to show?
Just continue to improve and play well. I think I was pretty pleased with what happened the other night, except for the start of the second half. I thought there was a series in there that wasn't very good, but prior to that and after that, after George's injury, the guy was pretty good.
Is Posick an option at all on the left
No.
side?
No.
How has Reese responded just the past few days with this new opportunity in front of him?
Just that. I think we all look at things, at least in this program, that when something like this happens, it's an opportunity for someone else, opportunity to get someone else ready to do it. And so it's just that. It's just a really cool opportunity, and he's ready for it. So, we wouldn't do it unless we kind of felt that way. So kind of excited for him.
Has Reese had an issue with just cutting it loose when he gets in there?
Sure. I think every young guy, at some point, there's a breakthrough in confidence. They're all talented, and then they learn how to be pros, how to take care of their body, how to do things at this level. And then there's that confidence piece. Just like you got, coming out of high school, going to first year of college, and then you grow into it, and you figure it out, and you say, I can do this. Same piece at this level.
Tobin's played a lot of guard too. Just how
Yeah.
much is his versatility going to get?
I think that's why it was a good choice, for us to get him, and, excited about what I heard from John and the fact that as you dug into him, he had all this versatility, which that's our world. We need guys who can do that. Again, hopefully we don't have to have a bunch of moving pieces, but he's a good addition.
How much experience does he have with consistent Lakers?
Not a lot. There's some similarities. We talked this morning as he came on the field, because I didn't see him before practice. And it was like one of those quick 2 minutes. Here's how we say this, this, and this. And he said, I don't know what that is, but I know what this is. So about 50-50.
That was the first time how Jermaine Buffetti's come along at right tackle.
Good so far. I want to see the same jump I saw last week. That's what I'm looking for. That's his challenge this week. He's going to play against really good players Friday night, so we'll get a pretty good indication if he, in fact, has improved like we need him to.
With Tobin, you said you didn't see him for the first time until practice.
Till stretch. Yeah.
Is the right guard still up for grabs between the two?
Yeah. We, Mark was a little rough the first week. He was better last week, and it was just the opposite. So, here we are. Flipping a coin on Friday night, and they're both after it. They're both doing well. I think it's elevated both of them, which I'm most pleased about. And so hopefully we'll get the signature put on it Friday night.
You said you really want to keep the other four spots as much as you can,
Yeah.
kind of stable. Despite what, do you just like how those are all kind of coming together?
Yeah.
And you want
Yeah, you watch it, our continuity. When they have played together, it's been really good. Early in San Diego, and then that first half last week, pretty good football.
How realistic is it Tobin could compete after he'll only get one real week?
We're going to find out. I don't know. That's a tough question right now, but we're going to throw him in there. That's how we do it. So we'll throw him in there and find out.
He'll play there on Friday?
We'll get going. What is today? Tuesday?
Yeah.
We got a couple days. So
what is Tyrus Thompson? Tyrus Thompson.
he's a new kid that's got a lot to learn in this system. He does work hard, which I've seen, and so it's just a matter of catching him up system-wise.
What is it about Joker that you like so much?
To watch him. I don't know that there's anyone like him. And it's a cool thing to plug a person in who can be one-on-one as dominant, both run and pass, and he showed it both times out, and it's pretty cool. Wonderful practice today. It's good.
We talked this last week, just Justin Brady and contract extension. Knowing he's going to be around.
Well, I'm pleased for him and his family. I think that's a great commitment by the organization to Justin and his family. I'm happy for him. He's earned it. It says a lot for a guy who just moved to center a year ago, but I think the rest of the league and the rest of the football world kind of saw that right away.
How much leadership does he provide with some of the younger and inexperienced guys?
It's an important piece for us. There's no doubt. And I not just in that O-line room, but I think across this football team. I think he's looked at, whether you're on offense or defense, as a guy that's a leadership on this football team.
Where do you see Posick then kind of settling in right now?
I see him in a lot of places, specifically though in those inside three. So right now we've spent most early time, working at tackle, but we will need to get him dialed in. There's a good opportunity, as we spoke of earlier, for him this week at center because Joey's a little nicked up.
What stood out with Chris Carson's running style so far this summer?
How smooth he is. I really, he's made some cuts in practice where he stick his foot in the ground, and the great ones, and I'm not calling him great, so ease up on that, but the great runner can gain yardage whether he's going right or left. He's still moving forward. He's really smooth that way.
Are you concerned, not with this absence, but are you concerned with CJ processes?
Well, I think we all are. We want to get everybody as healthy as we can as soon as we can so that they can be playing together. And I think, as you know, that's the key to good offensive football. We know we have a good offense. And for us to go from good to great and excellent to elite, then we need all the pieces out there. So we're working on that.
You said you expected a big jump in the youth of your line from last year to this year. Up to this point, how far have you come?
I don't even know how you would say that. If you're set on a scale of 1 to 10, they were 2s last year. They're easily 7 or 8s right now. So they're really playing well. That's been impressive. What they're doing in short yardage, what they're doing in pass protection versus pressures, all those things.
What do you thought of Eddie Lacy and just how it's come together?
Big thumper. The first run the other night, he sticks it up in there for 4 and punishes a guy, spins out and gets 5 more for a 9-yard run. Pretty cool. I've seen him bounce the edge. You saw that the other night to our right-hand side. So it's exciting. I think our running back group is really very talented and very deep.
Anything else?
All right. Thanks, guys.